It took me nearly 5 months to get these 11 cards back from PSA. At the time, my expectations felt pretty fair. Now, I'm not sure what to expect. So this is the second leg of our 2-part series, and the takeaway for video 1, if you haven't already checked it out, I'm an idiot, but a well-intentioned idiot. And in this video, while there honestly is a couple of cards that I'm really excited about, the bigger conclusion we're coming to is I am somehow an even bigger idiot. But that is okay. For now, I want to start with not bearing the lead, the Miles Turner cards. Absolute fails. Where would I even begin of trying to justify why you were looking at these cards, or rather this first Miles Turner card? There's a second one coming up that is arguably just as bad, if not worse. I don't even know. Let me know what you think if you're watching and you have this like gut reaction to what you're seeing before you. And really, if you're asking yourself, why did this person grade these cards? So yeah, I mean, to just dive into it, at the start, I really like Miles Turner as a player. If you're the type of investor or type of collector, in this case, Miles Turner was a player that I'm trying to invest in as a player for like the medium to long term. At the time, it was August 2023 when I had sent these in. I also had purchased them sometime at the end of last season. So yeah, I mean, there was sort of like this period where these cards were pretty cheap. Raw and purchased on eBay. So I got them at what I felt was pretty good deals, considering I, at the time, really believed that Miles Turner would be a candidate for a trade and would have a much more pivotal role towards a championship run with potentially like a Western Conference team. So I guess I've been wrong so far, but in the sense of the Indiana Pacers, the team he is still on, they are very relevant and they are still on the up. So I think not only Miles Turner, but any other players for the Pacers, I think if somehow that team can capture lightning in a bottle, maybe cards like Miles Turner's maybe as a result would be worth something. But even regardless, of that speculation at the time, the fact is right now, given the grades of these cards, it doesn't really matter. Miles Turner could probably be the next coming of LeBron, damn near, and would these cards and these grades would not be worth what money I'd put into them. Okay, these next 3 cards are going to be from Keldon Johnson. They're Keldon Johnson rookie cards. So this first one, again, being this is a sticker auto, but also still this is a jersey patch card, but there's 2 patches. That's kind of what stood out to me. Panini Black, I kind of like the consistency with that in the San Antonio Spurs. Keldon Johnson feels like a complete player, but he needs to be locked in full, like from the moment the game starts to the very finish. And that's tough because the overall roster that they've had these past couple of seasons in San Antonio, yes, there's talent, but just cohesiveness is just kind of missing. So I still believe in the talent. I love Keldon Johnson, love watching him play. And yeah, that first card, at least, the results kind of came back mid, I guess. This next card, I really like. It's an on-card auto. It's also an 8/9, so it's not, not terrible. The autograph itself, especially considering what the Miles Turner grades came back. Yeah, I mean, I'll take an auto 9 any day of the week. So I'm happy. This is also just a cool looking card. I feel like the gold shiny aspect of this card, I'm just kind of scraping off some little schmutz there. But yeah, I just kind of like how really engaging and high contrast this card looks. So hope that Keldon Johnson can kind of build some momentum just for his own career, and also like I hope the Spurs can kind of turn things around, not only for his sake, but there's a couple of guys, including Wemby obviously, but Devin Vassell is also a player that I not only have on my fantasy team, but I'm just personally rooting for. So okay, so this is definitely the best Keldon Johnson card of the trio. Mint 9 auto 10. It's a sticker card, so you would kind of hope, right, that the they're signing, like there's not like there's wear and tear with the card itself, so you would hope that they could sign a sticker accurately and graders wouldn't see any big problems with it. But yeah, I really like the player. I think this is a cool looking card. Select is also, from what I understand, a very relevant and very popular set. So yeah, I just found this to be a very cool looking card I wanted to pick up. So I'll hang on to it and then just hope that Keldon Johnson can keep on keeping on. All right, so we got 5 cards left. Okay, so to keep with the San Antonio Spurs theme, so not intentionally, I'm not a Spurs fan, as you could probably tell with the 2 Jason Tatum cards in in the backdrop here. I'm a Celtics fan, but I'm a Lonnie Walker guy. I know that there's a bigger story of his coming into the NBA with his hairstyle, so that's maybe something that we can get into in a different video. But I thought that as a personality, he really stands out. He's also just a hard worker. He's bounced around from several teams, and it's not through a lack of putting in effort or even like showing some flashes offensively. I think even too, like his not most recent, but his run with the Lakers last season really showed to me that there was this upward trajectory with him as a talent. If he could just kind of find one team to keep building with. So I really not only enjoyed that first Lonnie Walker card, but this gold standard for the exact same reason is why I wanted to get the Miles Turner one. I really love his signature, jersey number 1 at the time, and 17, just for whatever it means to you guys, the average person watching. That's my favorite number. So that being the numbered variation of this card, I just really was enjoying how this card looked when I bought it raw off eBay, and then just wanted to send it in. And I think overall, I mean, coming back at 8 auto 10 with it being on card and a numbered, I'm happy with it. And I just, again, hope that Lonnie Walker can find a consistent team that he can build over the next several years, as he's really, like, you know, as far as age is concerned, in his prime. So yeah, I'm rooting for him. This is one of the first cards that I bought in my sort of reintroduction to sports card collecting, one of my prized possessions. I've said I'm a Celtics fan. I not only love the second J, I love the first J, Jaylen Brown. Yeah, it has been such an entertaining and such a competitive and very emotional past 8-9 years as a Celtics fan. And you're looking at Jason Tatum on the left and right of you, but right in the middle here, this card is of Jaylen Brown, the first, like, where this era of Celtics basketball really took like the next step, I would say. And I know, Marcus Smart, you could even say like other guys like Kelly Olynyk, Terry Rozier, these are guys that helped establish modern Celtics culture after the Brooklyn Nets trade that ultimately netted Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. But I think undoubtedly Jaylen Brown, the body of work he's put in every single year and how much better and better he continues to get, that's been amazing. So I'm really proud to have this amazing looking card really in my personal collection going forward, and really just encased and in this protected slab. So I actually think the grades aren't too bad, not only for Jaylen Brown, his Court Kings fresh paint rookie, but this Jason Tatum one. I thought the results for both of these cards, considering I'm going to be hanging on to these cards for the duration of their careers, I'm pretty happy with it. So yeah, I mean, really from here, my goal and my hopes going forward is to build out the Court Kings fresh paint, really just the Court Kings rookie sets for Jaylen Brown, for Jason Tatum, and also too some other players. Like I picked up Derek White, his Court Kings level 2. Yeah, so overall I am ecstatic with these grades. I'm ecstatic with these cards. I really am just excited to continue building out these sets. Also a quick note, I mean, I really do want to hang on to both of these, and I hope more than anything as a Celtics fan that these two players can win a title together because of how much they've had to defend their roles as teammates on and off the court.
I've known JB since high school. I remember my first week of getting to Boston, and it was before training camp, so some of the guys were in, we playing pickup and stuff. And two things stood out to me. I didn't realize how good Terry was. Terry is like ridiculous. They should like let him do more. Realize the same thing about JB. I'm like, there are a handful of guys that could go from any team and be who they are. Majority of guys that I think the right situation brings out the best in them. He was a rookie then, and they had a lot of veteran guys his first year, so he didn't get as much opportunity. That's all I really credit, I guess, his slower start to. I think the best thing for his career and mine is being on the same team.
And then finally, the sad tale of Ja Morant. The plot thickens, and I just don't know what to make, because the grades themselves aren't bad. They're pretty good. So no auto 10s. I know there's sticker autos again, but I really enjoyed these two parallels, the red wave and then the purple. And one of them is numbered too, the purple. So obviously the elephant in the room with these two cards is that even though the grades are decent, Ja Morant is injured, out for the rest of the season, and the long list of baggage and just different obstacles he's kind of had to go up against, some his own fault and some that are kind of out of his control, like in this case with the injuries. So yeah, these are just going to have to be cards that I'm forced to hang on to. If I had sold them a week or two prior to the news, I would have made a pretty penny, but I'm just gonna have to hang on to them and hope for the best moving forward. If you enjoyed this video and you haven't already, check out part 1 of this 2-part PSA grading experience. And of course, if you haven't already, press subscribe so you know when the next video is coming.